Hey folks, we got a quick little project here. I got this Delta, yes, Delta Powerlight, Delta Powerlight lantern. They're calling it. So I've had this thing for I don't know a couple of months, and I haven't done anything to it. I haven't opened up or looked at it or anything. I thought we'd give it a little cleanup. So I've happened to be seeing some of these like on Marketplace and such. I thought I'd do some cleaning up, see if I can get some of that. Looks like still battery acid. Oh yeah, that'll come off. Good. That lens, okay, clean that. This sounds very brittle. I'm afraid I'll crack that. So got to be very careful with these things. But oh, and there's a little spider crawling out of this thing. So yeah, I figured I'll give this a little project here, clean this baby up. Why not? Okay, so we're looking at it, and here's the switch, and it says switch. All right, cool. So let's see how this baby goes. All right, so yeah, you can have your handle. You have a ratcheting action to your handle. That's pretty cool. And I see some tabs here. Let's see. That's not budging at all. Probably because there's battery acid up in there. It looks like the bottom comes out. Maybe? Let's see. It says, what's that say there? Depress latch. Okay, well, there's little springs in there. I know that this is some kind of... interesting. Again, encrusted with battery acid. Try to loosen some of this stuff up here. Yeah, that battery acid went all the way around. And I am not a fan of this WD-40 spray bottle. It just ridiculously wastes WD-40, no matter how light you depress it. Okay, well, let's see. Ah, all right, that worked right away. Excellent. All right, some progress here. There's the lens. I want to be very careful with that because 50s plastics are not going to last until the 2020s. That'll clean up. So that was a pressure fitting for the power for the light bulb. Delta Powerlight. Yeah, WD-40 all over me. Okay. Oh, there's a sticker, Delta. I will try to preserve that, but I doubt I will be able to. So right now we're trying to gain entry to the battery box area. Actually, you know what? While we're letting the WD do its thing, I'm going to carefully remove this other lens so I don't bash it. If the camera is shaking, there is a cat on the shelf above my desk grooming herself because she just filled her belly. Wow, that's really a different density than this one. Wonder if that's original or not. But we could maybe give that kind of a buffing, make that look nice. Same with this. Cool. Does that unscrew? It does. Let's get the bulb out first. The bulb is still intact. Okay. Another kind of pressure fitting there. The copper. I can see light through there. Okay, so what I'm going to try to do here is depress this latch and just put a little pressure in here and see. If I can get any separation. Nothing. Oh, I think I got it. And it's close to coming out, but I can't tell if that's a pin. Oh, what is that? How is that connecting back there? What is that? Is that holding on? Bulb 50, insert battery, depress latch, turn bottom left. Oh, I'm so stupid. But I'm not going to be able to turn this, am I? I'm not. Oh, I got it. How about that? Ooh, look at that. Okay, plenty of 50s cardboard in there. Probably some kind of something that held the battery in place, probably. In typical guy fashion, I didn't read the instructions on how to get that off. Pretty straightforward here. It's really just lengths of copper strips that are pressure fit to make contact with things like battery terminals and a light bulb. Nice and simple. Okay, so computer, how do you remove battery acid stains?
To remove battery acid stain, it is advisable to initially cover the stain with salt, which will help to neutralize the acid. Then, you can apply a solution of vinegar and water to rinse the area and neutralize the acid. Finally, you can use a garden hose to wash the area thoroughly.
Oh, there's an idea. Well, I think I'll just, I'm going to try acetone. See how that works. Oh, it's doing good getting that WD up there and stuff, but, you know, something's happening. Steel wool might be the trick here. Yeah, let's test out a little bit with steel wool. And I see that the Delta label is going away. Nothing I can do about that. I mean, there is. I can not do this, but I'm going to clean this because it's mine. Ooh, steel woolly time. Good. I'm going to go at some of this heavy acid build-up areas with a 800 grit equivalent of a nylon brush. This may be actually too mild for it, but we're going to try. Yeah, just a little mild. I'm going to move up to a black one, which is a 400 grit. We'll try that, and then we'll come back to the 800 once we get through some of this pesky stuff here. Yeah, this side's in nice shape without the battery acid screwing it up. Wow, these wheels are kind of like a magic eraser to get rid of some of this stuff. Okay, so for this, I may try just steel wool on this, just because it's a bit more of a delicate part. Great, yeah, this is about all this is going to need. Great. Now, what to do about that? That almost seems like it has a silver tarnish on it. Can't be. But I can certainly try some Brasso in there. We'll come back to that. Okay. That's painted. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm just going to leave those paint splatters on there and just kind of steel wool it. Let's see if we can reclaim some of this chrome. And it certainly looks like we can. Wow, this thing's coming along. I like it. By the way, this is a very efficient way to use a hand tool. I don't know if you can't really see what I'm doing here, but my hand in the tool is resting here. I'm grasping here, and I really just, the only movement I need to do is move the object to the Dremel, and I just vary the tension on how much tension I want to put down on it. So it's an efficient way, and it saves your bits too, especially with bits like this. If you hit an edge, it goes flying off. You lose big chunks of them. So yeah, that's looking very nice. This bulb is also intact. Now it's soldered right on the bottom, but there are different. Where's this? Oh yeah, I gotta work on the bottom yet. Okay. Bulb 27 on the top. Bulb 50. Okay. Keep these a little separate. All right, I'm going to take these things to the sink and delicately wash them up, because delicate things can happen in the kitchen. I don't know about right here. And then I'll come back and I'll try some Brasso or something on there. That looks like silver tarnished, doesn't it? All right, we'll see what happens. Then I'll come back and we'll start steel walling this stuff. And then reassembly. Of course, we'll need to do a treatment, right? Okay, I'll be back. I need to do it because I need to wash my hands too. So I'll be back. Okay, so I'm going to try, before I go to this, it's too flimsy. I'm a little worried about trying to polish it. I'm going to not deal with that. Unless this comes out super easily. I'm going to try a little Brasso on this lens. Because even me just using barely a scrubber with very little pressure, and I can see where I scratched it. So, I'm going to try a little Brasso on the lens here. You know what? Because why not? And this is a shop paper towel. Going to be my medium for the polish. And then I'll try the Brasso on that reflector lens, or the reflector. Hard to say if this will do anything, me using my hand to do it. This is reminiscent of trying to repair your foggy headlights on your car. Oh, that did nice. Oh. Sorry, that was a cat. That did nice. Happy with that. We don't need to do the inside, obviously. Great. Well, at least it's uniform, and I can't really see where I had etched it with the scrubby. Maybe I will try it a little bit on here. Heck. Let's give it a try, folks. 'Cause why else are you tuning in? It's good that I'm able to hold this in a way to keep me from structurally hurting it. There's a cat making a mess on the shelf up here, and yeah, apparently doesn't like the smell of Brasso very much. You all right? All right. Sorry, folks. Look at that. Wow. Whoops. I didn't realize that the cat did that. How long were you guys like that? Sorry, the cat shook the table so much. She screwed shit up. Okay. Look at that. Wow. I'm super happy with that. I'm going to be looking for everything with an old plastic lens on it around my house now. And putting Brasso on it. Okay. Good, good. That worked out. So let's see what happens here. I'm going to be happy to pig and shit if this does the trick here. Well, guess what? I'm a pig in shit right now. Look at that. Great. All right, I'm going to go a little heavy on it now, and then I'll come back and do it again with a fresh cloth. Boy, it certainly is acting like silver polish, because you know what happens when you're polishing silver and things, that comes off like that. This is astounding. Great. That's great. Okay. Let's do it a second run. So when I had first found this Delta Powerlight lantern at a sale for $3, I looked into 6-volt batteries. I'm like, you know, you're not going to find 6-volt batteries anywhere, are you? The big boxy looking things. And there seems to be kind of a resurgence in that old technology. And apparently you can, you know, with these newfangled batteries, like the rechargeable ones that you get in flashlights and things now, the oddly shaped ones, you can get conversion kits for your 6-volt things. Like, boy, the only things I ever put 6-volt batteries in is flashlights, the big boxy ones back in the day. How about that? That's great. Wow. Super duper. All right. Now, do some steel wooling and do some reassembling. Okay. Yeah, I think it'd be good to treat this with some linseed oil. Be a lot of exposed rust. Want to make sure we get a good cleaning on that rim because that's what made it so hard to get off earlier. I'm glad I was able to save the sticker, although albeit a good amount of it's not quite there anymore. It's still there though. Okay, I'm gonna clean this up and we'll treat. Treat. So, we'll treat the inner rims here. All right, there's really no other parts that really are going to need this. Okay, put some nice little shine. All right, so assembly time. So I'm trying to figure, because I tore this off like a barbarian earlier. Okay, so here. Okay. It is in the tabs. I can see by the little brass button. You can see how the switch works. Looks like it's from one to the other. In the middle is off. That looks like that's the top. This is the top one. This is the side one. Okay. Pretty cool. Now. Okay, so we had this, which I washed, and now it's a mess again. There. So, one of these little tabs here, I wonder. Boy, it looks so much better than it did. Wow. Look at that. Wow. Sorry, I didn't realize I had you on zoom in there. Oh, let's see. There's our nut and bolt for that. There's a bulb. That bulb can actually go in right now. A little corrosion on that. That's all right. I'm not firing this thing up, so. Little battery corrosion, obviously. Look at that. That's kind of neat where it's like thread on the inside, thread on the outside. I like it. This is just looking beautiful, folks. I can't rub this on my shirt because my shirt is covered in steel wool dust. Guess I could have done this assembling before I screwed it on. And I just dropped a little tiny nut. Son of a... I am swearing really badly in my head. Let me go search for that. Man.
5 minutes later.
As I was saying, I should have assembled that. Yeah, well. Looks like maybe the other way around. For the bolt. Or for the nut. All right, well, okay. So, I'm pulling this back off here for assembly because this is becoming a pain in the butt. I need to realign these tabs. I do. You guys haven't tuned out yet, have you? Jesus. I think I got it. 300 hours later. Yeah, well, that, maybe there was another kind of ring, like an O-ring, I bet you, a waterproofing O-ring was holding that in place. I bet you. Got to have some kind of waterproofing to this thing. I bet you there's an O-ring for that one too. Nice. Okay, let's take a look at what we did here. What do you say? So, here we have the Delta Power Light Lantern. Is that what it was? Is that what it's called? Yeah, Power Light Lantern by Delta Electronics, Indiana. So here's what we got, folks. All right. So the battery acid did a job there on some staining, but got it off when we saved the label, the Delta label. There's your switch and the polishing the lenses. Still got a little bit of yellowing, but what do you expect, right? I mean, this is from what, the early 60s? I can move that down to the bottom so it looks more attractive. All right, boy, that looks gonna look so much better on the shelf than it did. Folks, there it is. The Delta Powerlight lantern. Circa, I'm going to say 50, 58, 60, early 60s. That's what I'm thinking. And there it is, folks. And there is another fun adventure here in the Chef Birdland lab. And as usual, folks, don't you go change.